Okay, so I've just very quickly and roughly connected all of the crucial components that I believe are required to start this bike up. We have power, it's a neutral. It doesn't have an exhaust, I might need to put the exhaust on. It wants to start. All right. I wonder if it needs the exhaust to be on. Just going to quickly put the exhaust on. All right, first things first. Let's get this out of the way. This is going to be a cool bike. Set it aside. Okay, it probably doesn't look like I've done that much, but I've done a fair bit over the last few hours. A few little things that I have spared you the boredom of watching, but even tightening up these collars that hold the throttle body in place quite fiddly. Got a tiny little Allen key in there. Tighten up the bolts on the stator cover and the clutch cover. Missing a couple of bolts there. We're only going to put in old oil just to run through because I'm going to dump it straight away. Just locating all the bits and pieces. Prepping the airbox is now ready to go on, so I'm going to slide that on there now and start putting the wiring harness on. Hopefully we can do a test run soon. We've got ignition, we've got an ignition switch, and yeah, let's go. So there's one more tiny component that I need to install before I can actually think about starting this bike, and that's the thermostat cover and hooking everything up so we can get our cooling system running. Now I've kind of been putting this off because it is a little bit of a fiddly job, but I've got the cover there, which is great, and it's just a little bit awkward to get to. If I really thought about it, I could have installed that before we put the motor up in there. It would have been a lot easier. Here we are. We're at the point where we're just about ready to start hooking up the electrical system. The battery's in, we've got oil in, we've got coolant in, we've got all of the required, I believe, electrical components. We've got the ignition, we've got an ECU. We'll want to connect up the stator, neutral switch, we got to hook up the starter motor, positive terminal, and that's about it. We're just going to connect up the things that we need. This harness came to me labeled, which has been really handy. Okay, I just popped the exhaust on. I probably need to tighten everything up properly. Let's try a few more times. It's starting. It's actually starting. Right, there's some very interesting rattling sounds coming out of that top end. Might have to have a look at that, but it's running.